and goal setting. Yeah, let's get rid of that. First and foremost, if you guys have a notepad, I would definitely recommend taking some notes. Everything I wanted to say is in a notepad or in the notes section on my phone. So I am going to be reading off of that. And we are going to be asking for engagement tonight. We're going to get a little bit of interaction going. Just get this excited. Thank you guys for showing up this Friday night, putting your business first. That is so important. So my topic is prioritizing. So first and foremost, I want you guys to know that I'm going to be starting this with some tough love, and I'm going to be ending this with some tough love. I hope you guys still love me after this. I love all of you guys. So first question, I want all of you guys to drop in the chat if you have ever said these words: I don't have the time. Drop yes or no. I don't have time. Have you ever said those words? Yes, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. We are all guilty of saying that. So instead of saying I don't have the time, I want you guys to switch that around to say it's not a priority and see how that feels. Instead of saying I don't have time to make a post, I don't have time to go live, I don't have time to talk in my stories, I don't have time to help my downline. I want you guys to switch all of those to being successful in my business is not important to me. And if that does not sit right with you, that is the point. That means that it's time to make a change, you guys. Prioritizing our business, prioritizing what is important is the key to success. Hang on one second. So changing our language when it comes to being around our business and prioritizing is a choice. It just reminds us that time is a choice. And if you don't like how you are spending an hour of your time, you need to choose differently. So just some tips that I wrote down for prioritizing that help me. All I have to say is working from home is tough work. And it shows you that discipline when it comes to your time is truly key, because you are not working under anybody else. You are not relying on anybody else to tell you what to do at all times, or have a specific task to do at these hours, or sometimes you get distracted with kids. It is so hard. So set a timer, 5 to 10 minutes. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes at a time throughout your days to complete the small tasks. I think it was Coop one time, she said Focus Keeper. The Focus Keeper app is it's such a game changer. When I downloaded that app, all it does is it lays off this tiny little ticking noise in the background of your phone. And I do that at a time. So if I need to go and engage, I will set that timer for 10 minutes. I will go and engage for 10 minutes. And that keeps me focused on to not go get lost in the sauce doing other things. Second task, don't put off the hard or time-consuming things. Tackle those ones first, because you are going to feel so much better. Having that relief of getting those dreaded tasks out of the way first is going to make your days flow so much easier. Third task, learn from experience. Did you take 45 minutes making a post today? If you did, why did it take you 45 minutes to make one post? What was hard about it? What did you get distracted by? Eliminate those things that are causing you to take that much time to make a post, because it should never take that much time. Next step, take a step back and evaluate, you guys. Are you wasting time binge watching Netflix show when you could be binging content, or you could be batching content for the next week? And if you batch your content out, like if you go to the batch posting meetings that Katie and Britt do every single Monday, if you take the time to batch those out, what is that going to do for you? That is going to give you the time to go and watch your Netflix show. That is going to give you the time to go and spend with your family. That is going to give you the time to go and eat out with your friends if you want to. Stick to your plans, you guys. Do not let distractions. I cannot talk. I said I was going to go slow because I always talk really fast, and I'm already talking really fast, but stick to the plan. Don't let distractions win. Trust me, we've all been there when it comes to the distractions, and your new show was just released, or your friend wants to go to the bar, or you want to go and paint your nails. Don't get distracted until all of your business tasks are done for the day. Make sure that you're always setting aside time to rest. So when I first started working from home, this was one of the hardest tasks for me, because I thought that I needed to spend 10 to 12 hours a day with my eyes glued to my phone in order to feel successful, and do not do that. Schedule breaks and be very intentional with the time on your phone. Your phone is your paycheck. It is not, I mean, obviously we like to go on our phone to be social and have some fun as well, but when you are getting all of your business tasks done, make sure that you are clocked into your business during that time period. And then when you are clocked out, go and do the other things. Always plan for the unexpected. This is why prepping and having a plan when it comes to your content is so important, because that way, if something ever comes up, you are ready and you are prepared to take that with you wherever you go. Your phone can come with you, your laptop can come with you, your iPad can go with you. If something comes up and you have that content prepared, that way you're not stressed out when it comes to something on the go. Utilize your resources. Usually on these meetings, I know it's a Friday, so we don't have that many people, you guys, but usually on these meetings, I have seen 200 of us on these trainings. And I'm going to be completely honest, when I go to the batch postings on Monday at 6:30, that Katie and Britt take an hour out of their days to train us and go over planning and batching contents, plus so much more. There's not even half of that on batch postings. So if you are not going to batch postings, start utilizing your resources, go to those, because they teach us so much. And there's a lot of times I see questions in these chats on the MMMs of you guys asking, and it's okay to ask questions, but a lot of the questions that you guys ask during the MMMs, they have answered like weeks ago in batch postings. There is so much good knowledge in those batch postings. And like I said, those two are taking a time or an hour out of their own time to go that extra step and train us on those. So we need to start prioritizing batch postings just as if it's an MMM or a bootcamp training, because so much knowledge, and Britt and Katie always spit fire in those. So let your teams know and start showing up to those. If you are brand new, or maybe you've been here for a while and you're looking for a place to start, or just start with a fresh slate, prioritize the training section in Beyond a Million under the guides tab. You might be familiar with some of that stuff, but it is important to become familiar with everything that we have available to us, especially if that's what our new promoters are going to be seeing. If you are tagging them in videos to watch under the guide section and it was new and you haven't watched that, don't you want to know what they're watching and what they're learning? Make sure that you are utilizing those resources. Catch the Fire, Results on Fire, Beyond a Million. Use those resources that are available to us. You guys, there are so many questions that are asked all the time that are literally right in front of your faces. And it's not your upline's job to sit there and answer every single question for you when you have already been given all of the resources that you need from the very beginning. So the next thing that we are going to do, I want a little bit of engagement from you guys. We are going to go over the 4 Ds, and I learned this from a podcast, but there's 4 Ds when it comes to daily tasks. So the first D is going to be do it. So I want you guys to know, or I want you guys to let me know, when you create a to-do list, what is something that absolutely needs to be done on your to-do list? Just give me an example. For me, it's the morning meetings and the nightly meetings, but let me know what one of your examples would be. What is something that you need to do every single day? Post content, add to your network. Birthdays, that's a good one. Post, that's a good one. IPAs, perfect. So do it. How to elaborate on that? So the do it task is important and urgent. You have to have it on your list that day. Speaking of lists, create a list every morning before your day starts and flow the list throughout your day. Decide to do those tasks that need to be done first. Set up power hours for yourself with timers, so you will intentionally mark those tasks off your list. I don't know about you, but I have to have a planner. I have a time blocking planner. Every single hour of my day is scheduled, and crossing off one of those tasks is the most rewarding thing ever. So make sure it's something you can cross off so you can feel accomplished. What do you have to do that day? I really want you guys every single morning to sit down and write a list of every single thing that needs to be done. Second D is delay it. What is a task on your list that you put down that you can delay? So this means that this task is not important, it's not urgent, and it should not be done that day. What is something you would normally put on your list? Something for me is laundry. Laundry obviously always needs to be done, but it's not something that has to be done that day. The world isn't going to burn down if laundry isn't done. Dishes, washing my hair, making my bed, perfect. So when it comes to delay it, when you guys are thinking, okay, can this be delayed? Think of what has to be done now and what has to be done in the future. Some things you like to be done, yes, but some things are straight up priorities. Some of you are, if you're anything like me, when I first started this, you are beyond stressed out because you're going and going and going and going all the time. And I have been there as well, but you need to take some time to just delay some of that work. I'm not saying go and take a step back, go and take a week break. I'm not saying that you need to literally just hold everything off for the entire month. But if something can wait until, the next week, tomorrow even, start delaying some of those tasks. Maybe even take some chill, take a rest break, slow down for a half an hour, just breathe a little bit. Okay, third D is delegate. What task on your list can you guys have somebody else do or help you with? Dishes, cook dinner, bedtime, trash. Yes. So delegate it. This task is not important, but it is urgent. When you're thinking of what tasks you can delegate, think of who can help you with this. It could be laundry, it could be creating graphics, it could be things in your team chat. What do you need to delegate? Start saying no to more things and change your perspective. Do you have a leader that loves taking responsibility? If you do, what can they help you with? My upline, Alexis Rodenbaugh, recently got a few of us together and she assigned us tasks to start doing in our team chats every single day that we are all good at. She asked us to do the things that we're good at, and we had a choice. And since then, I'm not even kidding, there has been so much excitement and more engagement in the team chats because other promoters are seeing other leaders step forward and be more engaging. And then the leaders that are stepping forward are striving off of having that responsibility. So start thinking of things that you could ask, even just the smallest things, for people to help you with, because you do not have to do it all. And that is something that we all just really need to think to ourselves and have that respect and that boundary for ourselves to know that we are not in charge of conquering the world on our own. Okay, the last one, you guys, delete it. What are some tasks that can be deleted off of your list that do not need to be done? I know one of the things for me was taking a shower, and that's on my list every single day, but I don't need a shower every day, so I can just delete it. What is something pointless that does not need to be done that day? It's not important, it's not urgent, that you can just delete? Your nails, yes. It's some of the smallest things, but just drop the stuff that you don't need to do. Don't put anything on your list that does not need to be done, because all that's going to do is overwhelm your brain when you see that list full of things. Only put the things that you absolutely need to do on there. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to start with I said I was starting with tough love. I'm ending with tough love. Stop thinking that you need to do all the things and actually take the time to find joy in your business. If you are always thinking you need to be perfect and you need to do it all, guess what? That is going to lead to burnout. That is going to lead to you not being happy with your business, and you're going to end up quitting. If you want to manage your time better, decide to do it. Put it in your calendar, put it on your planner. The things that need to be done, just decide to do it. Do what brings you joy. Do the things that bring you happiness. Find your lane and strive in that lane. And don't always think that you need to just rework the entire thing, because I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry, guys. But just do the things that make you happy. So, last question I'm ending this with. Do you think that if Courtney, if Mackenzie, if Coop, if Britt, all the 200Ks that we have on this team, do you think that if they worked the amount of time that you did on your business today, that they would still be maintaining top rank? Yes or no? I'm going to say no. If the answer is no, which mine is personally, if the answer is no, it's time for all of us to work just a little bit smarter. That's all I have, you guys. I'll hand it over to you, Mackenzie. She's going to talk to us about goals.
Yay! Mic dropping in Miss B. You just set it off. Like, how am I supposed to come up after that? Like, what the crap? Good job, Catera. That was absolutely amazing. I wish I would have went first now. Hey guys, what's up? So I am Kenz Chambliss, and I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about goal setting and why it's important for your business. Okay, so I've got to get my life together, open up my notes, get my papers ready. Sorry, I wasn't ready because I was listening to her too in depth. That was so good. Okay, so I was doing a lot of different research on this. I was on Google, I was listening to podcasts. I was trying to figure out, like, where do I go with goal setting? Because goal setting is so important for your business, but it can be a little overwhelming if you think about it, because sometimes people will sabotage themselves because their goals aren't clear. They're very vague. They're not set in stone, and you don't know exactly what you're doing. So setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into visible. And that is one of my most favorite quotes by Tony Robbins, you guys. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into visible, because what goals do is they allow you to measure progress. Okay. So top athletes, successful business people, network marketers, pretty much any achievers in any field are setting clear goals. Okay. Clear goals. Setting goals gives you a long-term vision, and it gives you short-term motivation. So that means that you have a vision for your long-term and you're motivated in your short-term. Let's see here. Goals help you organize your time and get you focused so you can make the most out of your business. When you don't know where you're going, it's kind of hard to get there, right? Oh, what was that? I think so.
Hey, stop, Kaya.
Oh, okay. I think we're good. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. Let's see. What was I saying? Goals help you organize your time and get focused so you can make the most out of your business. Okay. So when you don't know where you're going, it's kind of hard to get there. If you literally have no clue where you're headed to, how are you going to make it to where you want to go? You can't, right? You're not going to get there. So unconsciously, sometimes people, like I said earlier, will set themselves up for failure because they have vague or unclear goals. An example of that would be like me saying, I want to lose weight. Okay, that's a great goal to have, Mackenzie, but how much weight do you want to lose? How long is it going to take you to lose that weight? What exactly are you going to do to make that weight go away? Are you going to work out? Are you going to eat healthier? Are you going to start supplements? You have to be very specific with your goals, because if they're vague or unclear, you're kind of just setting yourself up for failure. I want to talk to you guys tonight about 5 reasons why goal setting is important. And then we're also going to talk about something called SMART goals. So it kind of breaks down some goals for you. But first, we're going to talk about the 5 reasons why goal setting is important. So number 1, I'm going to try to talk a little bit slower because I'm like, right through this. Number 1 is take control of your business, you guys. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I want you guys to answer in the chat. Have any of you ever felt like you work hard, you do the things, you're always busy doing something, but you feel like you're not actually getting anywhere? Just yes or no in the comments. You feel like you're doing stuff, but you're like, what exactly, like, where am I going? What am I doing? Like, what am I working toward? Yes, we've got tons of yeses. Okay. The reason for that is because there isn't a clear direction of where you want to go or what you want to achieve. You know that you want to achieve success. You know that you want to have accomplishments, but you don't know exactly what that is. Okay. So it's proactive as opposed to productive. 1000%, you guys. There's not a clear direction. So that brings me to number 2. Goals tell you where you really want to go. Okay. If you never set clear goals, how can you know and find out what you really want? If you're just wandering through life and you're just kind of on autopilot and you don't really know exactly what you're doing, how are you going to get to where you want to go? You need a clear step-by-step guide on how to achieve your goals. Okay. Whatever goals those may be, it needs to be clear and step-by-step. So that brings us to number 3. Goals will allow you to measure progress. By setting clear business goals, you're able to measure your progress because you always have an endpoint in mind. That's like saying, I want to lose weight and I want to lose 10 pounds and I want to lose 10 pounds in 1 month. Okay. That's specific, that's measurable, that's attainable, that is realistic, and it gives you a timely manner on how to do those things. Okay, so that's what a SMART goal is. A SMART goal is a specific goal that's measurable and attainable, that is realistic, and you can reach in a timely manner. Okay, I want to type that out for you guys because I think it's super important that you understand what this is. So a SMART goal is a specific goal that is measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, that you can reach in a timely manner. Write that down. Logan. Y'all, I am so sorry. My husband's playing Xbox in the back. Okay. Oh, SMART goals. Okay, so goals motivate you. The roots of motivation in your life are all fueled by goals, you guys. Like I said earlier, goals motivate you. They give you something to work toward. They give you something to work toward. There's an end point in mind. You know where you're going. What's super important is that you have a goal, not only for yourself, but for your entire team. So let's just say that you're like, okay, well, I want to go 200K. That's a wonderful goal to have. You want to go 200K, and let's just say that you're at a point in your business where you could go 200K by the end of the year. What do you need to do to make that happen is the first question that you want to ask yourself. What can you do to make 200K happen for yourself and your business, okay? And then what you want to go do is you want to go into your organization, and it's going to take more than just you, right? So you have to figure out the goals of your team. You have to figure out the goals of your teammates and what they are going to need to do in order for you to get what you need to do. It is a compound effect, you guys. Nobody, I don't care who you are, how hard you work, or how amazing you can recruit, no one is going to go 200K and do $200,000 in volume by themselves in a month. It takes knowing what your teammates need to do. It's a group effect. It's a compound effect. So that brings me to goals creating laser focus. Okay. Clear goals gives you a super focus on what exactly to spend your time and energy on. At one point, like in my network marketing business, I was just kind of sitting back with my feet up, not necessarily sitting back with my feet up, but kind of just sitting back like, okay, so I'm doing the things, I'm waking up, I'm working my business, I'm posting content, like I'm chilling, you know, I'm working, but I wasn't really leveling up in any aspect. And that was because I kind of had lost track of my goals. I was at 200K and I thought, well, what else is it? Maintaining 200K, right? That's not right at all, you guys. I have to sit back every single month. And my goal personally for myself is to repeat my VIPs. That is an attainable goal. It's realistic and it is measurable. It's easy to do if you're working your business the way that you should be working your business. And I try to do that every single month. So I'll do VIP 800, VIP 1600. What does that do? That gets me 4 promoters. That gives me 4 customers. Then we can go in and duplicate, right? So then you take those 4 promoters that you signed up and you help them hit their VIPs, and then they help their promoters that they signed up hit their VIPs, et cetera, et cetera. And that helps you to completely constantly build your business, you guys. There is no point in your business where you can just set your feet up. You have to always have goals, whether they're small, whether they're large, there has to be goals that you have. So if you're in a position right now where you're, say, 4K, and you're like, okay, well, my goal is to maintain 4K. That's a great goal to have, but if your goals are not big enough that they scare you, they're not big enough. So don't get so comfortable in the fact of, well, I'm a 4K and I just want to hold 4K, okay? Don't get so comfortable in the fact of maintaining rank. You can go in and there's so many goals that you can have within that goal that helps you level up and helps your team level up. It's ridiculous. So act as if you're always in your VIP period. Yes, I love that. Always in your VIP period. That's how you're going to get your team building. That's how you're going to duplicate. That's how you're going to keep moving. Let's see what else we got here. I am not talking as fast as I thought I was, but okay. So we're going to go into the SMART goals, and I'm going to talk a little bit further in depth with those, okay? So specific goals should be clear and to the point. So when setting a specific goal, you need to know exactly what you need to do. Pretty self-explanatory, okay? Measurable goals are goals that are measurable. If your goals aren't measurable, how are you going to make sure that you're going to make progress toward them? You can't, right? A measurable goal provides a time frame and a foreseeable outcome. Okay. Achievable. Goals must be achievable and realistic for you to accomplish them. If your goals are too high, you will not be able to achieve them, and your self-esteem may suffer. And that's going to get you in a slump. That's going to get you feeling down. That's going to get you like, you can't sit there and be a 4K today and be like, okay, I'm going to be 200K by the end of this month. Like, that's not realistic, you guys. That's not attainable. You know what I mean? Don't set yourself up for failure. Yes, you have to make sure that your goals are reachable, achievable, relevant. Goals must be relevant and important to you. Patricia's goals are not going to be the same as Candace's goals, okay? It has to be relevant to you and your situation. We are all in different situations and in different places in our business, and our goals have to be relevant to us. You can't let anyone else make your goals for you. I read something earlier that said, for example, like college students. A lot of the times their parents are the ones that are kind of like pushing for them to take certain classes or pushing for them to do certain things. And if you don't want the goal and someone else is making the goal for you, you're not going to push hard enough to hit that goal, to achieve that goal, because it's not necessarily your goal. It's not relevant to you. It's not something you're passionate about. So make sure that your goals are relevant to you. And then timely. Goals should include specific deadlines, okay? They should always include a specific deadline. And it says on here that short-term goals are usually a deadline of a month or two. So a short-term goal is something that you can hit in a month, something that you can hit in 2 months. Those are short-term goals. And then you have your long-term goals, which usually have a deadline of 1 to 5 years. So that brings me to where do you put your goals at? Like, how do you like look at your goals? How do you put your goals out there? Dream boards are so important to me, you guys. Dream boards are massive. When you write your goals down and you have them in front of you every single day, and you wake up and you know exactly what you're working toward and you know exactly where you're headed, that's going to help you stay focused and stay on track and keep you exactly where you need to go. I love my dream board. I look at it every single morning. I've been able to mark things off of my dream board that I've had on there. I've been able to work and mark things off that I didn't even think I'd be able to mark off in such a short amount of time, but I have it on there. If your dream board is crazy, if your dream board is, I mean, it's going to be relevant to you, of course, like we're talking about, but if you have something on there like, okay, you just started in the business yesterday and you have on there, I want to enter the Millionaires Club. That's a long-term goal. That's something that's going to take you a while. Write some things down on there first, you guys, that you can hit before that, and celebrate your wins. Celebrate your goals that you hit. If you start off small and you celebrate every single goal that you hit, you are going to feel so on top of the world. You're going to feel so good about yourself that you're going to be ready to go back and you're going to be ready to reevaluate your goals. Sometimes you're going to come to forks in the road. And that's another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Sometimes we have to reassess our goals. Sometimes we have to reassess our situations. Situations change, things change. There's bumps in the roads. Sometimes we get flat tires. Sometimes we need to stop and get gas. There's so many different variables that go into that. So you have to reassess your goals, but always remember that you never stop, okay? You never stop. You just might have to take a detour. That's okay. It's okay if you have to stop and get gas. It's okay if you get a flat tire and you show up a little later than you anticipated. It's okay if you take the wrong turn and it takes you 3 hours to get there as opposed to, 30 minutes. It's okay, but you always want to reevaluate and never let go of that dream that you have. Goals are important, you guys. They are something that's going to keep you on track. They're something that's going to keep you working your business, keep you passionate, keep you going. And if you don't have goals, then you're not going anywhere. You're just kind of messing around on autopilot, just chilling, wasting your time, if we're being honest. If you don't have specific goals, you're wasting your time in this business. And not even in this business, you guys, this is for everyday life. I mean, you should have goals for everyday life. I want you guys to remember and take away from this that you need to have SMART goals, like we talked about: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and in a timely manner. You need to make sure that you never give up on your goals, and you need to make sure that you reevaluate your goals always. Reevaluate your goals always. If you do not have a dream board or a goal board or something similar to that, I want you guys to make one. I want you guys to put that on your to-do list. I want you guys to make that a priority, just like Catera was talking about. Make it a priority to make yourself a dream board or make yourself a goal board within the next couple of weeks, and do it for the rest of the year. Write stuff down that you just want to accomplish for the rest of the year, whether it be hitting a new rank, whether it be, closing out this promotion and hitting triple commissions, whether it be you want to take one of your team's 4K, okay, one of your teammates 4K, whatever it may be. Do your goals for the rest of the year. If you have a personal goal, like you want to buy a home, like you want to get a new vehicle, you want to hit the auto bonus club, whatever it may be, we have, yes, Katie says we have just under 80 days left this year. A lot can happen in 80 days. A lot can happen. So I want you guys to do some homework. I want you guys to get out there, make that dream board, make that goal board, really sit down, make your vision clear, know exactly what you want to do, and know that you can do it, bust ass to get it done, and stay focused, and make it a priority. Prioritizing and goal setting go hand in hand, and that's obviously why we talked about it together. But it's super, super important to remember that you have to have goal setting in your business, or you're just going to be, like we say, you're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel at a dead end. You're going to feel at a fork in the road where you have no clue what to do. And it can get defeating. So it's super, super important to have goals. I think that's really all I had for you guys. I know this seems a little short, but we want to open up questions right now. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, can you please drop them in the chat for us about prioritizing or goal setting? Anything that you want to ask Catera or I, and we will happily answer for you. We were talking about how we were scared it might be a little shorter than some trainings, but it's just because like how we can't really go too far in depth with with goal setting and prioritizing. We're just kind of, short, sweet, and to the point. Do you guys have any questions at all? Yes, get the meeting into your stories. Definitely get the meeting into your stories. And that's really it. Do you have anything else, Catera? Nope, you're good to go. All right. Well, if we don't have any questions, that's about all we got for you guys tonight, but we hope this helped. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and taking the time out of your Friday night to just hang and listen to what we have to say. We really appreciate you all. Get out there, prioritize, get you guys some goals set for the rest of the year, and know that you are amazing and you can do this, okay? Yes.
Before I end this, everybody, if you do not have your cameras on, can you please turn your cameras on? I would like to take a video for my stories, and I want to show everybody our community, just like we all should be doing. So if you don't have your cameras on, turn them on. Let me get my stories ready, and I'm going to take a video. And then I will end it.
I love Catera. She's the cutest thing in the whole world. I'm so glad I got to do my training with her. We were freaking out about it. We were like, oh my gosh, like, what are we going to do? Like, this
a little
is
bit of boob sweat, but that's okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, everybody, I'm going to start recording. Oh, wrong filter. Hang on. Oh. All right. Well, my phone's frozen. Hang on.
Technical difficulties.
Just hold your faces. Hold your pose, guys. You guys are all so beautiful. I love our team. Perfect. All right. I think we're good, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.